Who was Ayesha radiallahu anha? She's the woman that memorized the Quran. Ayesha radiallahu anha, because she lived with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She saw him, she understood him intimately, clearly. Her mind was bright, powerful, aggressive, and deep and intelligent. Memorized the whole Quran. And guess what? She was holding with her when the Prophet ﷺ passed away at least 2,600 ahadiths that nobody else knew. And that's why after Abu Huraira radiallahu anha, nobody related to us more hadiths than Ayesha radiallahu anha. So when you look at the product, when a girl is raped, when a girl is molested, when a girl has been involved in some pedophile type relationship, she becomes dysfunctional. She becomes, something different. She doesn't know herself. She becomes guilty. She becomes dirty. She becomes dysfunctional. And you see the result of it throughout her life. Is that correct or not? No, not our mother Ayesha radiallahu anha. She was the teacher of 72 of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ and the tabi'een and the atba'a tabi'een. She was their teacher, our mother. So when the people talk stupid, give them some of that history so they can understand who she is. And when you understand who she is, you can understand the context of things.
Now Ayesha radiallahu anha is young and intelligent, someone who would ask many questions, someone who would not only witness what was happening, but register it and process it and convey it. That was one of the main purposes of the marriage with Ayesha radiallahu anha. Otherwise, they hardly lived together for a long time. Subhanallah.
Why did Prophet Muhammad marry young Ayesha? Simple answer: because the age of consent was different 1400 years ago. If you look at America in the 1800s, the age of consent was 7 to 15. It was after the 1920s the age of consent was pushed to 16 to 18. In Japan, the age of consent is 13 till this day. So,
however, Prophet Muhammad came to Ayesha, said, "Oh Ayesha, if you want a dunya, then you are free to leave." What she said? What did she say? I'm asking. She said, "No. Say, I want to stay with you, Prophet Muhammad." Wait. So, someone been raped, she chose to stay with the rapist over her parents. That's why the Christian missionaries here, not all of them are donkeys. We should take them to the zoo. Why? The reason I'm harsh with them, because intentionally they lie against Prophet Muhammad alayhi salam. Back in those days, children or women or men or boys or girls used to become mature quicker mentally. The proof of that, how many kings and leaders that were young in age? Did you know in history there were some kings at the age of 10? No, now would you vote for a boy that is 10 years old to be president? You don't do that. But in the history happened. Why? Because back in those days they were different in our time. Now, yes, it changed. Now children take them a long time to become mature. What you have to understand, that we should not think the whole world is Britain. And Britain is different. That's their law, and as a Muslim we have to follow the law. Because when the Prophet Muhammad got married to Ayesha, he never said to every Muslim to get married to someone at the age of 9 or 20 or 15. Now, Ayesha herself said that when a girl reaches the age of 9, she's a woman. Now we cannot comprehend it. Why? Because we are in a different country, different time. Forget different country. In the same country in Britain, in 200 years ago, it was allowed here. Why? Because they were different. So anyone tried to lie against Ayesha, that's my way. The new way I'm going to refute this doubt by saying, let Ayesha speak for herself. You are claiming she was raped. You are claiming she's been Prophet Muhammad was a pedophile. Let us speak to Ayesha. Let Ayesha speak on her, speak for herself. She loved him, alayhi salatu salam. Her parents, ikhwa, do you think the parents would allow someone to rape his daughter? And what is the worst thing? Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu salam, he was not the one looking for Ayesha. No, it was a woman. She came to the Messenger of Allah. She said to him, "Oh Messenger of Allah, do you want to get married?" He said, "To whom?" She said, "There's a virgin and there is not virgin." He said, "Which one is a virgin?" She said Ayesha. And why is the pedophile? Pedophile only interested in what? Little girls. The kids, little girls. Prophet ﷺ got married to Hafsa. She was 18. He was married to Sauda. She was 50. He was married to Zainab. She was old. So كيف تحكمون? How can you judge? You're all liars.
So why can't we be fair about it? Let's talk about the Bible. Because most Christians love to bring up this issue. Those evangelical people and on 700 Club. Let's look at the Bible. Maryam, as they call Mary in the Bible. Now Muslims, we don't believe it. Alright? I'm discussing this from a biblical perspective now. Mary, according to the Bible, was married at 12 to Joseph, who was Mahdi, 90 years old. Bible. You want to talk about name calling? You want to talk about making cartoons and pictures? Let's talk about it. Let's be fair about it. A 12-year-old marrying a 90-year-old? You can't point a finger, not realizing what your scriptures may say. We as Muslims, we love the Sharia. And what does the Sharia teach us? That you have to look at the urf of a people. Why? Because if you say, like an atheist may say, oh, I don't believe in the Bible, I don't believe in Judgment God. Well, how old do you think a woman should be when she gets married? Well, somebody may say 18, somebody may say 20. Because when you don't have divine law, you can make up anything you want. So you tell me something today, the average life expectancy in Angola, Africa, today, you know how much it is? Average life expectancy in Angola, Africa, 37 years. Today, countries like Afghanistan and places aren't far away, in their 40s. Many other countries in Africa, they're in the 30s. That's average. That means many people die before they even become 30. Many people die in their 20s. Because the average expectancy is 37. Now if you want somebody to wait till they're 25 to get married and 28 to when they have kids or 30, when are they going to raise their kids? You're going to be like, okay, I just got married, just had the birth. Many people won't even make it to that age. So you can't implement your ideas on other times and places. That's why the Sharia is so practical. The Sharia tells us that you have to look at the physical abilities, the physical characteristics of whether she's ready, and the mental characteristics of whether she's ready, and judge by the urf, by the local customs and tradition of the land. In America, maybe it's true, women aren't ready to get married until they're 16 or 17 or 18 or whatever. But that may not be the case in Angola. So Sharia is so practical that it's applicable. It works in Angola, and it works here, and it worked in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, and it works till the day of judgment.